apparently I have a thing for watching people cry while they're eating. No, don't get me wrong, that's not a fetish. I mean, it probably is, because everything can be. But I digress. There are several emotional scenes in anime that hit me that depict people crying while eating, like that one, or this one, or this one. This one will probably stick with me forever. But today I'd like to talk to you about a special scene at the end of the first season of Haikyuu. It is this particular scene. For everyone who hasn't watched Haikyuu yet, this video contains spoilers for season 1, so go watch it now and then come back. So, our Karasuno boys just got back from the tournament, tremendously exhausted, underwhelmed and disappointed from the match that they have just lost to the guys from Aoba Josei High. Obviously, the coach realized the difficulty of the situation and the subdued atmosphere that surrounded each member of the group. He invited them to a wholesome meal at his mother's. It is not a planned event, so the group reacts rather surprised. Because of the unusual situation and the fact that they are waiting for a comment on the match, the team expects Ukai to say something. The close-up of the surprised faces of the players, combined with the slightly high angle shot, is an exemplification of the team looking up to their coach. Ukai realizes that everyone behaves ridiculously quiet in contrast to how they would act naturally. So he encourages them to eat properly by explaining the obvious purpose of good food, nurturing their exhausted bodies and providing them with proteins that they need to build muscles to become stronger, to get better, to win. Still calm, everyone says their traditional thanks for the meal. The focus is on Hinata, one of our protagonists. Just as many other shonen protagonists, Hinata is defined by his never-ending will to get better, his enthusiasm and humor. Particularly watching him being depressed causes the audience to experience the severity of the situation and makes us empathize even more. It is just right after he takes a bite, first carefully, then eagerly, that a reaction is evoked. His surprise is shown through his facial expression. His eyes widen, he raises his eyebrows and looks directly at us. The calm and melancholic atmosphere is underlined by the piano music that just starts playing when they arrive at the restaurant, and that slowly decreases its volume and becomes more noticeable when everyone starts eating, mixed with only the sounds of the team chewing and slurping their meal. Everyone got to a point at which they are not able to hold their emotions in any longer. Sadness, regret, disappointment, anger, despair. It is a mixture of all these emotions they have experienced during and after the head-to-head race with their opponents. While Hinata already had an emotional outburst right before the meeting, the sort of his feelings changed. When previously it was anger towards Kageyama, who was blaming himself for the choices he made during the match, he now does not feel the heavy weight of the past events, but also hope for the future, for them as a team. It was not their first match, but it was probably their most influential one up until then. They felt the importance of the step the match represented within the process of building a team with members that don't only trust each other as members of their sports club, but as friends. All guided not only by their captain and their coach, but also by their teacher, their manager, and every individual that supported them. The shot of both of them watching their students while they are completely absorbed in the act of eating shows that they will always be there for them. It is a self-evident position they are taking during practice hours, matches, and any time else. Being a support no matter what. Ukai's inner monologue only underlines the sense of care and appreciation he has for everyone. The lack of dialogue emphasizes the fact that language is neither suitable nor needed in any way to express these exact feelings, but their intense emotional expression and their never-ending tears are a sufficient indicator. Food is not just food. Eating, and especially having a meal together, is strongly tied to cultural and traditional conventions in many different places, including Japan. After training on their way home, the group often shared snacks with each other. While the guys are working together successfully as a team, some of them are well at complimenting each other, while others, are not used to it at all. Sharing food can be seen as a familiar gesture of showing affection towards each other without actually expressing these emotions verbally. The meal functions as a symbol for the connection and care for each other their coach reminded them of. The whole group cried, almost all of them, because in this particular moment they felt the care and trust of the others for their team. They felt at home while experiencing a joyful moment that did not manage to wipe out their sadness and disappointment, but that reminded them that these negative feelings are there to be valued and be learned from. This sense of familiarity and comfort is exemplified by the warm colors of the room and the meal, and by showing us both the members' enjoyment of their meal and their struggle of coping with their emotions. Even before Ukai became their coach, he asked them to eat properly at home, after handing them some snacks to satisfy their hunger. A proper meal that requires time and effort to make, that is healthy and useful for your body. Therefore, demanding others to eat properly is necessarily connected to one's wish for them to stay healthy, to be well, and overall to get to be the best version of yourself, which in this case is being a good volleyball player and being a good team member. But beyond the surface, it is all about getting to realize your dreams and living out values like trust and friendship, and to get to be happy and to stay happy together. I hope you enjoyed this short analysis. If you did, please subscribe and tell me the effect the scene had on you while watching it for the first time. I'll definitely try to upload more content regularly, and I might even make a few more videos in this format, so keep watching. Bye.